Hello everyone, Oscar-winning parasitology. Tell a strange story far removed from reality. Bustling city of Seoul, there are always hidden corners that people cannot see. In a damp basement, has a cramped family of 4. The father Kim Ki-taek was formerly a boss, then went bankrupt. The mother Chung Suk used to be a chain weight throwing athlete, also won a medal. His son Ki Woo took the test again in 4 consecutive years. Daughter Ki Young has a bit of artistic talent, but she don't have money to practice drawing. Currently, a family of 4 is unemployed. Even the Wi-Fi has to go get a ride from a nearby cafe. Occasionally got the job of gluing pizza boxes to make a living. That day, the turning point of life came. Ki Woo's seniors come to visit and bring them a piece of stone god of fortune. He wanted to study abroad. He wants Ki Woo to take care of someone who can become his lover, to be a tutor for that girl. But Ki Woo doesn't have a college degree. What should he do? Kim Young went to the internet shop. After several minutes generated a fake certificate. Ki Woo comforted himself. Next year I will go back to college. Currently only print before. Just a certificate. Step by step the stone goes to the rich house. Before the eyes is a large grass. Sunlight is abundant. A housekeeper who looked like every mother opened the door for him. This house is the work of an architect. This family also has 4 members. Director Park is an elite technical scientist. The basic fake license is not used. The hostess wants to test the lecture first. Ki Woo grasped her daughter's pulse and spoke like a god. Favorably passed the interview round. The hostess feels very satisfied. Suddenly an arrow flew past. It turns out that is the youngest son of this family. His name is Da Song. Every day they like to pretend to be Indians and shoot arrows. However, the boy has a very good idea of drawing. The hostess thinks that the boy is a genius. Helplessly naughty son. The teachers who invited them could not stand more than a month. Ki Woo thought for a moment. Let me tell you what. I have a friend who is a high-achieving art student who just returned from the United States. Naturally, this fake good student is Ki Young's sister, Jessica, the only daughter in a family. In Chicago, Illinois, Kim Jin Mo, a final year student in the department, is your cousin. Ki Young is good at acting, and obviously much more confident than his brother. She denied that the female host wanted to test her lecture. Wait for the lesson to finish. The son obediently respectfully bowed to her. Ki Young relies on material collected online. Tell the hostess something. Drawings of the sun. The bottom left has a dark black corner, in psychology called schizophrenia. Is the sun from before? Have you experienced any trauma? The female landlord finished listening to immediately see admiration, rushed to pay extra for Ki Young. The brothers found 2 jobs with high salaries. One wants to be 2. Again accusing director Park's driver for molesting the art teacher Ki Young, and told his father Ki Taek to take his place. In the end, they came up with intentions with the housekeeper. This man's position was very solid and unshakable, but she has one weakness, an allergy to peaches, so the whole family came up with a plan together. She has a fatal disease? Can't be. I find her coughing very miserable. Sometimes she herself doesn't know. But are there still people with this disease until now?
아니, 요즘도 결핵 환자가 있어요?
The hostess had to fire the housekeeper, and no one else. This stable nice location, it fell into the hands of Chung Suk's mother. Until now the whole family has successfully entered the villa. The way to break in is almost imperceptible. Rich family, only son Da Song, has a little discovery. The smell of the 2 of them is exactly the same. What is this smell? Ki Taek's family couldn't understand either. However, this is not important. The whole family in a moment of life change. Is it not worth celebrating a meal? While drinking, a drunk who pee everywhere is coming. This time the whole family is happy and proud. Has fiercely taught him. Blink has come to Da Song's birthday. The whole family took the boy to camp. After the landlord left, the whole big house is now the world of the Ki Taek family. They immediately take advantage of it. Sunshine on the grass, luxury tub. Chung Suk also played the barbell game for a long time. In the evening, the whole family has a show of wine in the living room. Ki Woo drank too much. Say herself and the rich daughter have feelings for each other. Hence the whole family begins. Think of the prospect of 2 families making friends. Only Chung Suk said a sentence that broke the atmosphere. Don't think what kind of nice people you are now. This house feels like mine. But once their families come back, we have to hide again like cockroaches. Before she finished speaking, the doorbell actually rang, but the person is standing outside the door. Was a housekeeper who was fired shortly before. She said she left something in the basement. Chung Suk doesn't want to be rude. Immediately opened the door for her to come in and followed quietly. Unexpectedly, there was a cave in the basement. Go down a few more consecutive floors. Such a deep place turned out to be a dwelling place, a bunker full of everything, and the husband of the housekeeper is hiding here. Have not eaten for several days. This is the architect's secret design before. The director's family is inherently unknown. The housekeeper begged Chung Suk. Her husband opened a bakery but went bankrupt. Because of debt evasion, I had to hide here. May Chung Suk keep them a secret. Unfortunately, Ki Taek, who was eavesdropping, slipped and fell. Exposed the whole family. The housekeeper suddenly understood. Quickly go back as evidence. The situation in a moment has changed. Is a family linked together? What, sister? I heard you say. Her head sister. Shut up. Now it is the housekeeper turn to take her husband again. Enjoy up on the living room. At that moment the phone rang. It turned out that the rain was too heavy, so the rich family camping trip was cancelled. Now we have 8 minutes to go home. Ki Taek's family successfully counterattacked, hide the butler couple down the basement, but the cleaning job is not done yet. The host has arrived. Chung Suk calmed down, kicked the housekeeper rolling down the stairs. The hostess did not have any findings, even told Chung Suk stories, said his son Da Sung on the evening of his birthday in first grade. Something strange happened. The boy in the middle of the night woke up secretly to eat the cake. It was at that moment. Needless to say, it was the butler's husband. Da Sung soon learned of his existence, even draw into the picture. Da Sung was frightened at time. Therefore, on his birthday, he doesn't want to spend the night at home, talking. Da Sung insisted on sleeping in a tent in the garden. The director and his wife also slept in the living room to observe the boy, and do not know under the tea table. Ki Taek's family is hiding below because they have not escaped in time. The two families live very close to each other. The host man smells a strange scent again. I don't know, it's very difficult to use descriptive adjectives. That is, sometimes sitting on the train will smell this smell. The family finally escaped from the big house late at night. It was raining heavily. When the family rushed home, half of the house was flooded with rainwater. Chung Suk's medal was also in water, and the stone of fortune given by seniors re-emerged in a very authentic way. Everyone whose house was flooded had to go to the stadium to sleep overnight. Ki Woo asked his father, "Are there any plans after that?" What did the father say? "Do have any plans? Human life has absolutely no arrangement of any plans to go. You see the stadium with many people. Does anyone take good care of it and still have to sleep in here?" Ki Woo said nothing, but only tightly embraced that piece of fortune stone. The next day the rain stopped. The hostess decided to stay on the campus, make a birthday party, went on the go buy stuff. She seemed to smell that strange scent. Everything started to be revealed. Ki Woo stared blankly at the rich people on the campus. Compared to my misery last night, they look very relaxed. He was also helpless to endure. Hugged the rock to go down to the basement. Unexpectedly the housekeeper from before had died, and her distraught husband wanted to kill him. The sacred stone that he considers as a treasure. In the end it becomes your own fortune. On the other hand, director Park made arrangements for Ki Taek, plays in Indians. Ki Taek reluctantly agreed. All do not know at this time. The housekeeper's husband has arrived on campus, used a knife to stab Ki Young's chest. Song's skin rolled back and fainted. Chung Suk defied everything, quickly rushed towards the butler's husband. Ki Taek panicked and held her daughter's wound. Everyone on the campus is running away from chaos. The director hurriedly asked Ki Taek to give the car key, want to quickly take his son to the hospital, but at that moment, he is smelling that super unpleasant smell again, while covering his nose and picking up the key awkwardly, without expecting it to be the last thing he did regardless of whether Ki Young is bleeding profusely. Ki Taek was now obscured by anger. By the time people are not paying attention, he has run away and disappeared ever since. The butler's husband is dead, and director Park is also dead. However, Ki Woo is still alive. After a month in the hospital, he regained consciousness. It is known that he and his mother have been postponed from serving the punishment. Ki Young is also gone. He kept laughing stupidly, seems to have accepted fate. Then it was like mocking reality. Later, life gradually returned to normal. Winter comes, Ki Woo goes hiking. Use binoculars to look towards the big house. Now living in it are foreigners who have just moved in. Night falls, the lamp on the stairs suddenly began to blink strangely. A religious boy like Ki Woo suddenly understood something. As expected, he used the matching Morse code. That was the news the father wanted to pass on to him. That day when the father knew he had just committed the crime, there was nowhere left to run. Had to hide in the basement. He multiplied at night, not mourning the butler. After that, she lived through the day like the housekeeper husband before. Only then did he understand why. The housekeeper husband again pleaded miserably, "Let me stay here, live day by day." Ki Woo lit up with hope again. He devised a new plan. You want to make an effort to make money. Then bought that huge house. By then, your father can step out of the dark. The whole family can reunite together. However, this is just a very distant dream. Only in dreams does the rock sink to the bottom. Everything seems very plausible, not ridiculous like reality. Ki Woo sat in the house blankly. Outside the heavy snow, the story ends quietly. A heavy rain, two worlds. One side is a flower garden. On one side is the flooded room. One side is a birthday party. One side is that there is no home to go back to. They are miserable, living in the basement, forced to lower yourself, for a good job that defies tricks. There is nothing to blame for the entire family of the director. They eventually became the victims. But Ki Taek's family, every opportunity was taken away. After trying it was underestimated, the honor offended. What other rights do others have but blaming them as parasites, right? Even without giving an answer. But after watching the movie, one thing is for sure. The example admits this series of developments as a matter of course, except to borrow excuses. That is the absurd reality.